short video is going to focus mostly on breath, but also on movement with our breath. Just a little quickie to kind of come into a more open space when all the signals around us are telling us to close in, protect the soft stuff. We are going to kind of reverse some of that by expanding ourselves through our breath. So let's get right into it. So we're going to begin on our backs. Let's draw our knees in. I'm just gonna give some movement, kind of working our way outside in, so then we can move from the inside out. And so as we're hanging out here, we're just gonna start to move with the breath, kind of coordinate movement. So as we inhale, our arms are gonna be long. And as we exhale, we'll pull the knees in. Let the feet be soft, let the face be soft. Just settling your attention on this little action. Inhale to fill up the belly as we make room for it with our legs. And exhale to squeeze in. Really filling up. Let the inhale actually push the thighs away. Start the movement away, and then as we exhale, let the thighs push the air out of the lungs. And release the legs. So we can either come into Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet together, or just completely relax, let the legs be out to the side. If this is causing any kind of effort or strain at all, please extend the legs or even knees up to the sky. Okay, because we are going to focus right here on this part of our bodies, our bellies. And we are going to breathe proudly into our hands. We want to get as round as we can. Enjoy this fullness. And as we exhale, that hill drops away, that moon wanes in. And just play. And you're a kid on a hillside, filling up your belly, uninhibited. No end game in mind, just exploring what your body can do. Now that we've done some stretching through the diaphragm, we're gonna release our breath with big exhales. Inhale to spread the fingers apart. So you're like pregnant with breath. And this big, deep belly breath is what tells our parasympathetic nervous system that we are not in a space of crisis, even though a pandemic is pretty much a crisis. We are telling our bodies right here, right now, that we are safe. Okay, on your next exhale, we'll bring the knees back in. Let's release the arms to a T, and we're just going to sway across the sacrum. We went up and down, so now we're going to go across. Just keep the breath long and smooth. Keep the belly nice and elastic. And also filling up the belly is also proudly announcing to your world, to your mind, that there's no need to protect the soft stuff right now. We can be open, we can be free. We don't have to hide or shrink away. Okay, let's bring the knees in. We are actually gonna roll onto our tummies. So let's come on over to one side and lower ourselves onto our bellies. So take a breath here, sway the hips, release the bum muscles, release the thighs, let the feet be nice and soft. And just breathe deeply into the mat. So we've invigorated our bellies with breath, but now as we're in this shape, where do you find the breath arising? So as the breath, the belly presses into the mat on the inhale, we're looking to find some kind of space created in the lower back waist level, even in the back ribs. So let's go and explore that. Finish your exhale, and we're going to reach out to the top corners of the mat. Feet are coming off the bottom corners of the mat. So we can keep the forehead resting, or we can lift the head if that feels okay. And on an inhale, we're going to reach up through the right hand and left toe. Exhale, they lower back down. Inhale to reach up through the left hand, right foot, and lower back down. Okay, just inhale to rise. So more than rise, we're also reaching in opposite direction, and lower down. Inhale, fill up through the belly, feel the belly expand and feel the reaction into the lower back, and lower down. One more. Let's inhale, both feet, both hands, full belly breath. And exhale, melt on down. If you've turned one cheek to the mat before, let's turn the other cheek. And now get really juicy. Really find the breath moving into the back body to massage those muscles that we were working. Beautiful. And we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We'll push on up. I'm going to take a couple cat-cows here. So fan out the fingers, tuck the toes. Cat-cow is always a beautiful one to include in whatever practice you're doing. As we exhale, tuck the tailbone. This one's going to feel nice. Let's make sure we're grabbing into the mat too. Now really pull the navel in as the breath rides out. Drop the belly for inhale. Feel the breath encouraging the stretch. So we're really trying to marry breath to movement. Next exhale, let's lift the middle back up. And maybe just take a little undulation. And we're going to cross the ankles and come into seated. Okay, so find your sit bones. We found our belly breath, so let's see if we can come back into our belly breath now that we're upright. Once we feel that, now we're going to move some of the breath into the ribs, into the rib cage. So we're going to hold on to our side ribs here, and we're just going to gently tuck the navel in, just so we can direct some of our breathing into our side ribs. So as we inhale, let's see if we can spread our fingers apart. Feel the thumbs separating as the ribs expand outward. See how great you can make the difference between exhale and inhale. Okay, let's release the hands. So we're going to move into a right side bend. So let's keep this left hand free for now. Let's use the right hand to push the left sit bone into the mat and lean over. Okay, we're trying to keep the shoulders stacked and in the same plane as the hips. Okay, now let's bring our left hand to our left waist and breathe into that hand. So not with an idea that you have to do this, but just a check and see. Okay, now let's move the hands up to the side ribs and see if we can get some breath moving into that under the palm here. And let's bring it down close to the hip bone. Can you even find breath down there? Lovely. Now we're going to just take this arm overhead. Breathe long through that side of the body. And then when you're ready, we're gonna kind of walk it on up, because we open that side of our body pretty good. So let's turn away from the stretch and then twist into it. And we'll set up on the other side. We're gonna walk the hand out, the left hand out. Use the hand to keep the right sit bone in place. Okay, keep the shoulders and the hips all in the same plane. Okay. Start to lean over, and we'll settle our hand on our right waist now. And breathe into that hand. And let's bring the hand up into the ribs. Just play. We're not married to any result. Everything's just a try and see. And let's bring it down to the hip. Let's try to keep all that breath through the side body as we take this hand, and we either curl it around behind or bring it overhead and just breathe. Telling yourself that it's okay to breathe freely and boldly. Okay, let's bring ourselves on up. We're going to twist away from the bend. And then twist into it. And come back to center. Okay, we're going to come back down onto our backs, just like we started. And maybe now that we've stretched our lungs in all the various ways, we can compare how we started our breathing with how we're finishing. So you can have your belly, let's put one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And play with the fullness of your breath. Play with this amazing ebb and flow. Let's make sure we're softening through the other parts of the body, softening through the heels and the feet. The legs, the face, the shoulders. Everything is centered around this glorious mechanism. And I'm going to give you a mantra that parallels the breath. It's so, hum. So is the inhale, and hum is the exhale. Now these two sounds are meant to parallel or mimic the sound of breathing. So an inhale sounds like so, and an exhale sounds like hum. And so imagine this ride of inhales and exhales are accompanied by the chant of so and hum, like inside your body, vibrating through your body, the chant of so and hum. And just using the so hum to encourage the fullness of the lungs, the full, deep breath, which is the absolute opposite of the adrenaline surging reaction to immediate danger, which is a panting breath, a shallow breath. And when we are bombarded by danger signals, then we tend to lose, our breath tends to lose its way. And so we create this lovely feedback loop of when we deepen the breath, we're telling our mind it's okay. And by telling our mind it's okay, we are better able to deepen our breath. Thereby increasing a sense of safety, a sense of calm, a place of wisdom. So take 3 more good cycles of breath. Trying to move from belly through ribs up to throat. And when you're done, you can start moving your hands and feet, sway your head. We're going to come up to sitting. Let's curl onto one side first. And just take a couple breaths here. Feel the fullness of your breath as you move onto your side. Ride the subtle movements of your body. And then come on up when you're ready. Let the blood come into equilibrium. Let the little whirls. Maybe you're feeling a little dizzy. We have lots of fresh oxygen coursing through our blood into our brains. Let's bring your hands together, settle your thumbs on your sternum. And as you inhale, I want you to internally chant so. The exhale, can internally chant hum. And thank you very much for joining me. I hope you got something out of that. Feeling a little more free, feeling a little more bold, feeling a little more safe. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.